But fun fact about the jungle practice, pretty prime before Worlds, which is exactly why we lost on the day of the finals. He got soloed by Robert. Not even like he was AFK, he actually got soloed by Robert.
Really?
Yeah, and that's why we lost.
Interesting.
We would be world champions, we would be NRG right now, but Prime got soloed by Robert, so.
I thought it was just down to the fact that you only had 2 support gods in your arsenal that could do anything.
That was Hercules. Hercules did work. Remember that time when he dived the tower before level 5 and died?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great plays, great plays. Oh, they're reminiscing about failing to win worlds. The good times in the history of pro plays.
Back when I was good.
I mean...
Back when I was okay.
There we go. That's a little bit better. A little bit more on the money there, actually, as well. So game 2 is going to begin shortly. Obviously, Hayzer and YOUNGBAE are getting themselves ready for this one. And their supports we mentioned in the first game as well, Callus and iRaffer will be alongside them. What do they really need to know about the playstyles of these two going into this very, very, very important game?
I don't know, honestly. Like, they're going to be dusting off their books. Like, cobwebs are everywhere around. It's just coming out of their pockets like spaghetti. They're going to have to start picking it up.
I think a lot of pressure on iRaffer here to make sure YOUNGBAE really looks as good as he used to at Ataraxia.
I think this is going to be a problem for iRaffer actually, because the rumor is that iRaffer is actually the ADC. He just has a different god pool and Emils to support. And I think YOUNGBAE, I don't think he has that same mentality, and I think it's really going to hurt iRaffer's play here more than anything.
So it could mess with the mojo of energy coming into this game as well. I mean, every single time you replace a player, the mojo, the chemistry of the team, totally, it does change significantly.
Yeah, absolutely. But like, I think that their synergy is just so much better, honestly, with Hayzer coming in, YOUNGBAE, these old scrubs. You got to get them. You got to get them out and get the new blood back in. And
the best way to do that is to wash away the existence of other things. And the best thing that washing is definitely a Hebo pickers first.
Yeah, he's just going to throw down that paper towel and really just clean up and wash these guys out.
And Cyclone not having the option to wash away, you know, the remnants of NBK here. What they can do is exercise the demons he left behind. And that's why we see the Zhong draft here as well.
And now just going to synergize with more wash and going to throw in a Kraken into the mix.
And when you do have new players joining you on your new roster, establishing things, Hayzer joining in, you want to make sure you celebrate that fact, so you pick up Bacchus, you know? He brings the drinks to the party, make sure everybody has a good time.
These puns are rock solid, I've got to say. Like, these are just...
Speaking of rock solid, Geb was also drafted, so they expected that one too. Ataraxia, fantastic work there. I tell you what, Tully, how about a bit of ring toss? Do you fancy that? Like a bit of ring toss? No?
Whoop whoop.
Tully's not having it.
Whoop whoop, Freya? No?
Whoop whoop. That's
whoop,
true.
Yeah?
That's true. Tully's not happy because he's not seen a god he likes yet.
No.
Come on, Tully, you can get one, dude.
What do you need, Tully? Ymir? Would that make you happy? Ymir at the end? What will make you happy right now, the final pick?
No, walls will not make me happy anytime soon.
4 Sunders, 1 sprint, and
oh
no!
God.
Oh no!
That's the $500 strat,
It is the $500 strat. Not just $500, but when you times it by 5, it's a $2,500 strat. Let's see if Deathwalker and the boys can make this happen here. Very interesting situation on the table. Ullr versus Rama, no Neath in sight. I cannot call this one right now. F.Aggro, take it away with one of the most exciting games in Smite history.
Well, it's actually really fun, Hindu. On a serious note, you've got Hayzer playing, but it's a blast from the past. We've got YOUNGBAE playing Hunter here. You know, I walked up to the NRG guys and I said I was really excited because they mentioned they might do this. I said, you know, it's been a long time since I watched a Hunter stay in lane for 30 minutes.
Ataraxia played today.
Oh, yeah, you know, I missed that one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There he is. Yo, if they do the Envy strat, like, isn't it contractually obligated that Tolly and Hindu have to come back and cast that exact same game a second time?
You know, I think that's true, actually.
You guys don't leave, don't go anywhere. This could happen.
Hindu, I think he's pointing at me. He's got one finger up. I think he's just pointing, saying he's number 1. I can't tell. I can't tell. But we're getting into game number 2. Here we are. Right side of your screen is going to be NRG. Left side of your screen. Actually, you know what? Bart used to introduce the teams like that every single time.
Yeah, the red side, the top side of
he'd
your
slip into this
red team.
He'd slip into
top
this
side
boxer.
Of your spectator UI.
Yeah, he'd slip into this boxer announcer and he would go, on the right side of your screen and coming out of the top side of your spectator UI in red, it's Cyclone, Deathwalker, iceicebabyy, Wlfy, Callus, and Hayzer. And then coming out of the bottom side in the blue trunks, it's going to be NRG, Dimi in the solo lane, adapting out of the jungle on the Kraken man, Yammyn in the mid lane, you've got iRaffer and YOUNGBAE. Let's get to it.
He should have done like the combined height and weight of the teams as well in a true like a boxing announcer sort of stuff.
In the right side, dressed in the red, we've got Cyclone GG. They're weighing in at a combined weight of about 500–600 pounds. It is Cyclone GG! Adapting's dead for first blood.
That was perfect. That was like perfect timing. Yeah. They got the first blood right at the same time. Oh, and then Dimi gets cursed. Forced to use the purification right off the bat with the flops on the mark. 2 kills go the way of Cyclone. I think we can put this one in the books.
Hey, man. The 5-man group up. Old denial strat, bro.
Yeah.
Just following the Wlfy.
Hayzer even went for the cooldown boots right off the bat to make sure that he was able.
What is Yammyn doing? He's walking in here. Oh, man. Trouble for Collis. He's going to get in trouble. Raffer's here. Just saying hello.
There's the meditation coming out. Raffer still chasing the kill.
Oh, man.
But your Odin, Raffer, big ring toss from Yammyn. Is he going to be able to catch Hayzer? No, he's got the boots, but the blink is good. 2 for 2 now.
I'll be honest, it really is nice seeing YOUNGBAE's name show up. I'm having fun.
I agree, man. It brings me back to the old days of Smite, and you know, obviously he's made a good name for himself as a coach for NRG. They've seen a little bit of success here and there, but glad to see him back on the. I was gonna say back on the sticks, but that's for my console boys. So back on the keyboard and mouse.
Back on the keys, bro.
Yeah, back on the clicky clicks, as we cool kids say.
No, just don't.
The clicky clicks.
Stop that.
What's wrong with clicky clicks?
I could start, but I won't stop. Adapting drops down again. Hayzer gets a kill off of the belly flop from the support. No, it's a jungle Bacchus. Okay.
Yeah, come on, dude.
And the mid lane Geb
Shoutouts to Shing, by the way.
Yeah, you know
Jungle
what?
Bacchus.
I have played jungle Bacchus. I like jungle Bacchus.
So does Shing, man. If we have any new viewers coming in to watch this,
Shut up. Let's listen to Cyclone. Thanks to Steel Series.
Help him. Sunder in 12. Sunder in 12.
Yeah, I'm back.
Odin has no heals, I repeat.
Yeah. They have the ults. They have the ults. Go in.
Oh
my god, where did my health go?
I'm out. See you guys,
man.
JK, I'm not. Where are you guys level 1?
Auto attack with the Freya.
How is this not working, dude?
I'm 2.
I got a 3-man slow, dude.
You're not that good, guys. Look at them, man.
No deserters, dude.
Wow, okay then. I'm getting some stacks.
Why is that tryharding?
Yo, Zhong, I need
Everyone's
you, dude.
tryharding, bro. But look at the adapting.
Zhong.
Look at how tryhard he is. Getting waves and buffs. That's what we should be doing.
Yeah, we
Fuck
should do
you.
I have watchers. Why am I so
Alright, I'm the shot caller this game, boys. We need a shot caller. I'm gonna take the fucking role on myself. Let's go. I've been told many a time. We need a shot caller.
Why the fuck
Let's
are you
fucking do this. Just I'm the final shot caller. You guys have to fucking pay attention.
Can you can someone
have
can
Thunder up.
shot call to someone to come to solo?
Nah, fuck you, dude.
Dude, wow, dude.
Guys,
He's not stunned because I'm level. I didn't get solo.
yeah. How is he level 5?
Put him up.
Who fed this YOUNGBAE
I'm
guy?
Sunder. No,
No, run to kill him.
Nice.
Alright, push right. Group up,
No,
guys. Group up right.
Fuck you.
Yeah, I'm coming right, dude. I need to
Wait,
stack.
let me get his fucking
Get this wave.
Yo, someone push left.
Get these buffs.
Let's go,
Get the
boys.
buffs.
Let's go, boys. I got double up.
Come.
Oh, buffs? What are you talking about, dude?
Hayzer.
That wasn't the call. That wasn't the call.
Fuck you.
Alright, let's do it.
See what I have to deal with, Hayzer? Like you call something, the he goes
Can we
to
sunder?
buff
Do you have
instead.
sunder? Do you have sunder?
No, I don't.
I do.
Don't body block
Yeah, I'm
me.
coming, dude, I'm coming. I got the peel.
What
Yo,
does
slow
this
him down,
do?
slow him down, dude.
Okay, I got boots.
Got him, yeah, I'm peeling for you, dude.
Baited. Oh, God.
No, Gabe, what are you doing?
Alright, boys, I'm dipping. Good luck.
Gabe, what are you doing? Why
Good
you
luck,
my
boys. I'm
God.
dipping.
useless fucking idiot.
I'm out.
I don't know why we're trolling.
Can't play with this Gabe, dude.
We're trolling games.
Yeah, we should farm, dude. We need to farm. This is the late game.
I'm farming, I'm farming.
Go away!
God, fuck.
It's Hayzer, obviously having fun. See, I mean, like I said, you come from a world of traditional. Nobody likes when the coach joins the scrimmage.
No, everyone's like, just shut up, dude.
He
You're not the
comes
shot
in.
caller.
I like how he joined that. He's like, I've got Sunder in 12, guys. We're going to collapse on the right side. I'm going to Sunder him in the brain. And then our mid lane Gib. Shut up, dude. Just shut up.
Then adapting, cracking someone's brain, fam, and gets the kill. Now Dimi making plays with the axe is beautiful.
Deathwalker actually got a hot
Deathwalker
play.
solo.
That was actually, that was nice.
That was like Smite.
I like that one.
That was good.
That was real gaming.
Now Kalas getting real punished here for being level 4, but Hayzer's made the rotation in. The coach is here to make the plays, but the plays are here from YOUNGBAE. More importantly, that's the one making plays.
Rolling away from the Zhong. Hayzer trying to make the kill, but he can't get it. YOUNGBAE winds up with the double. Fantastic play out of the long retired YOUNGBAE.
Easy game, easy life, triple kill for YOUNGBAE. Yo, ML might start sweating pretty soon.
YOUNGBAE keeps all the powers in his Gucci belt. That's what happens. He just unleashes it during game time.
I don't want to think about that anymore.
YOUNGBAE's just
You should keep his belt on during the game.
He's the most
please.
fashionable coach in esports.
I don't have any question about that. YOUNGBAE just has the look of a fashionable man.
Yeah, he's the Malaysian sensation, man. This is how it goes.
4-1-4 right now. It's looking pretty good. Farming very well, better than anyone in the game, really, outside of adapting. Player damage, probably somewhere in the game, you know, considering he's playing.
You heard Cyclone. Farming is cheating at this
That's
point.
true, yeah. They're tryharding by farming. Adapting, just tryhard Deathwalker all the way to the grave. Yammyn trying to make some plays all by the Gold Fury. Don't think anyone's going to be able to help him out here, though.
Yeah, Yammyn's going to get in trouble there. And Wlfy gets credit for it with the little knock-up.
It only took 3 ultimates to kill that Naja who was alone by the Gold Fury pit, though. So that's a really good trade overall for Cyclone.
6 minutes of combat, and we've got 19 kills on the board. It's a European record.
Basically, YOUNGBAE not going to be able to go up to this guy this time. Knocked down by Wlfy. Now Kala's going to get picked up by iRaffer on the backside. Hayzer not really concerned with the rotation coming in. Still trying to get for these boars. Those are going to go the way of adapting, I think.
He just wanted his piggy bank, man.
That's messed up, dude.
Meanwhile, just gets taken out by the jungle Poseidon.
Yo, this is a perfect game. This is
Hey,
a perfect
iRaffer
game
looks
for...
like he's having fun. Why don't we listen to NRG?
I'm taking back smalls, okay? Kenneth, don't be mad at me. I'm taking back some bomb combo. Dude, how is Kenneth level 10?
Let's focus
He's been stealing all the farm as usual.
Deathwalker.
He's controlling, that's why.
Dude, Kenneth hasn't been on my side of the fucking lane yet.
That synergy, dude.
I'm the farm master.
Now I know what happened.
Nearly 2-shot, like, fuck that speed buff, man. You're on your own.
Yeah, I'm dead.
I got my demo 5, so game's over, GT. Oh shit, you're fucking so dead, dude.
Damn, man, bro.
Wait, they're 5? What? Just kidding.
They're fire.
So I look at the fucking hive now, I'm like, what? Dimi!
Dude, I'm back and I'm running. Come in. I'm coming.
Dude, I'm a raid boss.
Watch it snipe, bro.
Dude, I want there. No! What? No! Adapting.
Go, Kenneth. Tap.
Boom.
I can blink off.
I'm coming for the free. Run it. Oh no! Yeah, Dimi! Go on, Freya. Got that. Freya's no ult, by the way. Slow the predation, man.
What the fuck?
Oh, det var.
Yeah, I'm not gonna ult him.
No.
Oh! Det var Sash.
Spicy, Yammyn. Dude, run.
He almost died, man.
I got blink. You wanna kill
We turn
him?
on him.
Second,
I vote.
I'm gonna back. I'm gonna back.
You know, Wlfy's Geb play in the middle lane has been really rock solid
Get the
overall.
hell-
and then,
get-
but
just get out.
what is iceicebabyy doing?
NRG,
He's
can
like
we just go back to
drunk out
comms,
there.
please? I'm gonna beat you up.
I'm going back, dude.
I appreciate you
Nice.
so BM. Oh my god.
Reddit back. I open a book, Reddit, threw it away.
Someone say Reddit?
Yammyn can take a red, Yammyn.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, my boy.
That depends on this.
You know what?
Game. Or you're gonna get picked up next season.
Yeah, dude. Oh shit, I need to have iRaffer first.
Oh my god, I'm going mid lane. Let's go, boys.
Here we
The
go.
only one dream is real. Yeah, boy. Oh, there's a gap here. I just got a goal, Fury,
Sash.
haven't I?
I'm on my way, boys.
No, it's just that. Never mind.
On my way,
yeah.
boys.
No!
Yo, Zhong, we left.
I'm gonna do that now.
coming, Raffer. I'm slow speed,
Down,
man.
there we go, new.
No, I was so close on the shield.
I can
I'm
I'm
Yammyn
Yammyn flanking.
Yeah, I don't have all 20 seconds. I'm Yammyn flanking as well, dude.
Oh! Got him.
Oh!
There we go. YOUNGBAE tanking.
You ready for the adapt flank?
Yes, ult by the way.
Yo, kill Deathwalker, dude. Come on.
You killed dude.
Come on, Yammyn. Sneaky.
I have ult and knocker. Oh, he's gonna back up this way.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. He's going for tower, get it.
Oh. Come on, AK. Nice, Raffer. Take my kills, dude.
Do you think Freya's up? Oh! Oh, she's ult.
No!
Bro.
Speed buff?
Heals down. I wonder if you can help me. Kill him! Oh, yeah, let's go, dude.
I'm back in.
Right, Fatalis is online. This is...
Yeah, same. This game is over now.
Solid stuff. Am I allowed to talk now, or are you still gonna throw it back to comms?
All right, we'll see how you do.
Good, because I really wanted to go in on iceicebabyy here. I mean, he did, like, what is he doing? He may as well be drunk with the way he's playing this game. It's not been good.
You know how YOUNGBAE was, how NRG was able to just get YOUNGBAE to substitute in? Mm-hmm. How come I don't get a sub? There's no tag team for me.
He's sitting right there. That's your guy.
Hindu is giving me this. So Hindu likes to mess around a lot, but he gets this look when he's serious, right? It's like when you're poking your dog and your dog is like having a good time, and then after a while he shows you your teeth and he's like, dude, I'm serious. I'll just bite you. Hindu's the same way. You can mess around with him and you can have fun, but once it's 7:30 on a Sunday, Hindu just gets this look and he goes, mate, it's not banter. It's not banter anymore. I'm just gonna punch you. And that's the look he's giving me right now. So you know what? I'm not even gonna play around with it.
Yeah, I mean, did you see that Reddit thread about who would win in the hi-rez brawl? Like, that would be really intense. Oh, my substitute is here. You're in.
Oh, what? You get a substitute?
Hey man, Dimi just asked Deathwalker a question
Ladies
on
and
Ullr
gentlemen,
there.
we're gonna listen to Cyclone GG. Thank you, no
He
puns.
asked him.
Push left. NRG strat. We're behind. Split push. Go hard. Go hard, boys. Where's our scatty? Guys, go fire. Nice. I'm getting fire. I'm hogging it. We got it. Nice. Dude, I have all. I can 1v2. I can 1v2. Look at these idiots.
Look at this I don't know, boys.
I couldn't 1v2, boys. I couldn't 1v2.
Yo, guys, I think get mid is the problem, dude.
Honestly, I agree.
I think that's not good.
I don't think we can let Poseidon through next land.
Yeah, next land we can't let him through.
I don't think we can.
I'll set it up.
Kill him. Action, dude. Nice Spanish, bro.
I did everything.
Okay, I got the words now. Google Cam Vision. Let's sneak out the fire.
Yeah, I'm on my way.
Look at them, they have Essential Ward.
Alright, guys, let's go gold.
Rick.
Go fire. I'll split push. They'll all come to me. They know.
Yeah, I got you,
Focus
dude.
the
He's slow. They're slow.
Up.
Come on, nice.
Chill on the dude. Nice.
Yeah, Betty, good job.
Dude, I'm killing the wave and right. I killed the wave and right. It's dead.
Where's the
I'm
jump?
pushing right.
Right here.
Why do you not know how to press through?
See, baited.
Dude, baited. I'm pushing right. I'm still pushing right. I continue to push right. Right has been
I
pushed.
think I need some.
I'm rotating.
Hayzer isn't pushing right.
I'm not, dude. What, lies? Oh wait, they might be on gold. They might be on fire. Go to fire. Go to fire. Yeah, go for it. They're on fire.
They're not Hayzer, they're on gold, dude. They're behind you.
Dude, they did fire. Nah, JK. Oh, this Yammyn guy's dead. This Yammyn bloke. Fucking silver's in my ranked games, dude. Did I get him? What the fuck?
No, you did not. You're so shit, Hayzer.
I'm so. Oh! Get him, Wlfy!
I can't use
You shot! Alright, we're gonna get this idiot.
Yo, Hayzer, I got you, dude. Yo, you can what do we want him, dude? What do we want him, dude? Man.
I don't know, dude. I did all I could.
You missed everything, dude. You missed your ghost, how bad you are.
I got Sunder's Evo.
No, don't kill me.
What do I need, man? Spear. Obviously. Let's go, buddy.
Where's my gift, bro?
Nice, Dad! Nice! Kill him, Dad! Are you okay? Jump!
Where's my gift? We have... Wait, do we have a gift? I didn't know.
You shot me! Kalas, you're 2 and 10, dude.
At least I'm not 1 and 10, dude.
That's
Bro.
fair. That's fair.
Like my mid lane.
Bro! Where is Jennifer Aniston, bro?
Like, no peel from my Freya, bro.
No
Zero
peel.
peel.
Yeah, she misses every banish. It's
Wow.
goddamn silver.
Wow, okay, dude.
Alright, let's go.
Look at that
I got
Freya,
Sunder,
bro.
I got Sunder. I mean, I don't have Sunder.
They might be bad, man.
Yeah, I got Sunder. Yeah, I'm baiting.
Guys, I sent you speed,
I'm baiting for you guys. You guys coming? I'm baiting. Yeah, they're all here now.
Banish him, dude, banish. He's banished,
Banish.
Well, we saw there why YOUNGBAE has moved to coach, but you know, there's a lot of talk about the great shot callers in Smite. You know, Weekend, Pain. Where's Hayzer on that list, dude? The comms are nuts. He's pushing left, man. His Sunder's almost up.
Hayzer's having a good time. You know, realistically though, jokes aside, I think this is the best game we've seen out of Deathwalker so far.
No, come on, man. He's going in now, though. It's iceicebabyy not going to be able to pick up the kill on adapting. Race car Poseidon just way too fast, but he's able to pick him up.
He got another kill!
Another
Deathwalker's
double.
crushing it, man!
Here's the secret for Cyclone in the gauntlet. Ullr solo. There it is.
Ullr.
That's like a Cyclone spin sort of thing.
Yep, he's played it. It works.
He's played it everywhere.
Hayzer and I had a lot of fun, actually. It was really funny when we were at DreamHack. One of my first times out of the country, and as we landed, you know, I'm generally hanging out by myself for the most part, and so I'm out exploring Sweden by myself. It's like 2 a.m. I'm walking home from a friend's house, and I see Hayzer there with a bunch of EU kids, like Just Jack and a bunch of other cool friends from like Challenger scene and around there, players that aren't good enough, like Hayzer. And it was really fun. They were really welcoming, and he was just like, hey man, you know, let me buy you a drink. And I wound up hanging out with them for like, you know, pretty much the rest of the night, and we had a great time. It was really fun to see them. And so I'm glad that's why I'm glad that we have the fall split the way that we do, because we get all of the Smite friends in. You're not usually going to see these bottom teams, but they're a lot of fun, and I'm glad to have them here.
I mean, he hung out with you at your first day in Sweden, then you tell him he's not good enough? You're gonna do him like that?
Absolutely. Have you seen this game?
His shot calls have been nutty, dude. 4 and 13 does not tell you the whole story when it comes to the intangibles that Hayzer has brought this game. Who would have known who was pushing right lane if not for Hayzer's calls, Tom? Who would have known when Hayzer's Sunder was up without his calls?
That's true. I wouldn't know when Hayzer's Sunder was up. That's definitely a big deal.
Huge deal. Also, NRG almost had 50 kills in 18 minutes.
Almost.
Almost there.
Well,
here comes Deathwalker
YOUNGBAE,
again, the
looking for
1v2.
number 50. Here it comes. Sanctuary online, trying to stay alive for the moment. Big wolves, big ghosts at a Hayzer, but it's number 50 for NRG across the map. You like that one?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Thanks.
That would have been better in Op Wash voice, though. Next time.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. Adapting, utilize my favorite arena strategy, and that's Race Car Poseidon, though really Demonic Grip and or Telkines really would have helped him out here with this build, I think. You just zoom around the map, you're super fast, your auto attack slow whenever you pop your 2. It's pretty broken, honestly.
I guess.
If we could get the design team to take a look at that sort of build, because it really needs...
What did Dimi just ult?
Can we go to comms, please? I don't care who's.
Dimi just missed.
Sure. Why not? Bacchus is following you. Boop. Oh.
Oh. Oh. You look at Rafa's build, dude. No wonder he's doing so much damage. Oh. I'm coming.
Ulting him.
I'm packing. Not having it. No! Oh! I'm playing Zhong. He's got a wall. He's got a wall.
What the fuck?
Nice, yeah, I mean.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, we should do fire. We should do fire. Shh, shh, shh. Go fire.
I mean, I've been trying to do it for the last 10 minutes and you're trolling, dude.
Go fire, fire, fire. Shh. Dude, that one.
I wish I could miss my ult and get a triple kill like Yammyn does, dude. Come on.
He just completely whiffs it, but still winds up on the good side. Dimi, on the other hand, you heard me screaming about it. I mean, homie just missed.
He missed his ult and didn't get the triple. By the way, we got to give a shout out to Steel Series for all these quality listens that we've been getting. A lot of, we've done a lot this game, and I think for good reason.
I mean, yeah, these guys are, we're stealing their secret strats. As you heard Cyclone, you know, I love to see a young team adjust and adapt. During one of our last listeners, they said, hey, you know what? I think the problem is the Geb mid. I don't think this is really going to work out in future lands. The team said, yeah, you know what? I agree, but we're close, so we might be able to stick this one out.
I agree. Kraken off the mark, just like mine. Adapting has to turn around and use the Tidal Surge just to put out any sort of damage, but it's not going to be good. Hayzer picks up Yammyn.
So, Adapting going to get smoked out here. Deathwalker one more time.
I might start to agree with you soon.
12 kill. I'm telling you, this is Deathwalker's best game. You know what it is? He's actually out here trying hard, and everybody else is just punking around.
Is this trying hard? Is it the stone cutting sword, Frostbound Hammer, the secret strat? I wouldn't be surprised. Talking to Deathwalker, he's one of those guys who comes up with the crazy ideas. What is his recent one? Oh, I don't want to give it away because he asked me specifically. There's something they're going to be trying out next patch that they're very excited about. I don't know. It's one of those things that like...
You are the absolute worst. Hey, I've got a really cool story to tell you, but I'm not going to tell you. See you later, guys. I got to go.
Dude, I'd feel bad. Oh, screw it. I don't care. They're feeding and making us watch this game. He's really excited about Heartseeker on Xbalanque. The new Heartseeker, whenever you keep the attack speed passive, is going to work with Xbalanque's branching Bola. He tells me it's going to be broken. I don't know, though.
Well, Hayzer got a kill. He's pretty excited about that one. Taking down iRaffer. Got to feel good about that one. Cyclone on the right-hand side of your map. They're walking. They're stealing some buffs. Those are their own buffs, actually.
They're basically stealing them at this point, though.
Yeah, they're stealing their own buffs away from the opposition.
92 kills at 22 minutes.
How'd you do that math so quick?
I mean, when it's like those numbers, it's really easy. It's just whenever you have to carry the one, like if you...
Yeah, it messes me up. That messes me up. I like to carry the one.
Here's the Kraken coming out of Adapting, nails that one, but not enough damage. Kalas actually goes up into Valkyrie's discretion, but misses the shot.
He's still alive!
How is Adapting alive?
He's still alive! He got the pod look! Can't even find the hail of arrows is Deathwalker.
Shout out to
Adapting somehow stays alive.
Shout outs to Pon.
Hayzer. Hindu's over here just yelling Hayzer, so I'm gonna do the Hayzer! That's why he's yelling Hayzer! Hayzer gets the kill! And here he is with the ultimate. Look at YOUNGBAE. He's 4 levels down, but it just don't. Oh, I guess it does matter.
It does matter. I thought Hindu was yelling about Pon because I mentioned him, and I figured he wouldn't be pleased.
Oh, that was a hot play from Dimi. He hit 2 buttons that time, but he actually hit the ability. Last time we watched Dimi, he didn't hit the ability. This time, he did.
Nailed it. Late game Hebo, boys.
Pretty much. Hey, the Pizza Man's here. We're going to go to a quick listen in. It's CycloneGG thanks to Steel Series.
That's better.
Yeah, card. Come on. I don't know, man. I might miss.
Defend, Wlfy, defend.
I can't die, dude.
Is he dead?
Nice weakening. I fucking weakening. What is this weakening? Nice weakening.
Kill him. What the fuck, man?
We're not defending.
I'm the only one who hasn't lost lane.
Yeah, I set him up, dude.
How do you guys missed it? Okay, I got blink at 5, blink at 5, blink at 5.
I got the ward, guys, I got the ward.
Oh wait, no ult for 25, guys, no ult for 25. I have blink, Sunder and 50, Sunder and 50. Where are you guys calling your cooldowns? Come on.
Hello. Ult in 10.
Vanish in 7, vanish in 7.
No!
Oh, there we go, he's stunned. Get him.
Keep going.
No! Alright, we gotta kill Dimi.
He's vanished, come on. Where's the
Dimi
card?
started.
What was that card?
I'm running away. Kill him.
Look at that pussy.
Awful card.
He's vanished, dude.
Yo,
Card,
kill
Still card. I got beats. Rama beats. There's the card. Rama. Nice, easy.
You say Rama ult when I already got hit by it, dude.
Okay,
Hayzer, you got this. Huge heal. How did that not get the procs?
Okay,
How did that happen? They must be hacking, dude.
I didn't get the procs.
Okay, don't let them end.
Alright. Why don't we have a Pythax, yeah?
Pull out the defense, bro. Go defense.
Yeah, hold. Nice! Nice, Wlfy, let's go! Nice! Nice. Hold it. We can hold.
Yo, win!
Nice. I think they can hold. They've got 0 characters up, but they just might be able to do it. What do you think?
I think that was 105 kills in 25 minutes. That's a lot.
Absolutely. Well, NRG looking energized there. Except for Dimi, he looks like he's going to go to sleep pretty soon.
Dimi always kind of looks a little tired. It's because he's always sick at these lands, poor guy.
Yeah, Dimi gets sick a lot here. It's unfortunate. But the NRG guys looking really strong. Obviously, they have already qualified for their Super Regionals. On the other side, Cyclone, they're down in the gauntlet, but it should be a fun time.
Yeah, so, you know, we can move on from the whatever it is we just watched and talk about the Gauntlet and Super Regionals. Cyclone definitely had a lot of flashes of brilliance here, and for a team like that that's still looking to find their identity as a team and internally still looking for that, you know, big voice, that big shot caller, coming to land like this and being able to meet everyone and get some experience playing together at this sort of thing is going to help them in the Gauntlet. The only problem is that everyone gets that sort of help because everyone's here at LAN, but I expect Cyclone could really surprise people in the Gauntlet. I mean, especially with iceicebabyy playing the way he did this weekend, I wouldn't be surprised if Cyclone gives some teams a run for their money.
Pretty much. Pretty exciting. We're going to head over to the analyst desk to break down, maybe not that game, but some of the fun stuff that we've seen throughout the weekend.
Thanks so much, F. and Aggro. A fun end to a very good weekend in Group C there. Nice little game between Cyclone and the boys of NRG as well. And we'll go over to actually the standings now just to bring you exactly what happened at the end of the day. NRG are your #1 team, Anatoly. Not really a big surprise.
Not at all. They came into this tied with YOUNGBAE, actually. YOUNGBAE was able to beat CringeCrew and CycloneGG heading from the online stages, whereas NRG, they actually split with CringeCrew and Cyclone. So it's interesting to see just how dominating of a performance they had, especially after day one, where they were a little bit disappointed in themselves, dropping one game.
And that's actually, from your point of view, obviously you were on that YOUNGBAE lineup that finished second with the 8 points there. Any surprises that jumped out to you this weekend?
I'm surprised we qualified because my team's full of trolls and they're really bad at Smite, so to come second is, you know,
the dream.
Don't even know how we did it.
The dream overall. Very, very competitive at times over there. Obviously, the two teams that did not make it here will head over to the Gauntlet as well now to join the boys of Elevate, as well as, I've already forgotten it, Dignitas. There you go. It's on the screen. Thank goodness for that.
I mean, they're easy to forget, right?
No, not really. Sometimes maybe, but Burrito, they're going to be joining. No one ever forgets about a burrito. I don't. I'm a big guy. I can't help it.
Got to put the guacamole on the burrito, but there's also going to be Elevate on top as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how that unfolds. And next week, Group D, we'll see the Challenger Cup as well as the 4 teams. Going to be the Group of Death.
Yeah, the Group of Death will take place next weekend. The bottom 2 will join that of Noble and Allegiance, as you can see there in that roster lineup there. Very, very good performances all weekend. So actually, before we move on and give an interview over to Hayzer, do you want to shout outs for joining us on the desk?
I do. I have one very special shout out to the #1 Welsh Smite player.
Yourself?
And Swansea's best and worst fan, Panface.
Anyone
who knows Panface, yeah, he's not the best player.
You're scum, Panface, but at the same time, you got your shout-outs, so you're done. Totally, any final thoughts on today?
I just had an overall great weekend so far. The Group B and Group A was also really fantastic, and I'm super looking forward to Group D.
Me too. Well, we're going to head over to F. for the final interview this weekend. It's been a pleasure with you all. F. take it away with Hayzer.
I'm standing here next to a good friend of mine, Hayzer. It was fun to see you on the desk. It was fun to see you actually play, I guess is what we call it here.
Play, yeah, might be a strong word, but yeah, it was fun. I had a fun weekend.
Yeah, I mean, that's really what it comes down to. Is this your first time in America?
Yeah, this is my first time in America. I've been to a lot of places, but America's one place I've never had a chance to visit yet.
So what's been the most fun part for you? Outside of the games.
Most fun part? Well, outside of the game, I don't know if they were fun. Most fun part for me was meeting everybody. There's a lot of guys on the team that we spent a lot of time with online. We never actually met in person apart from myself and Kalas. And Kalas and Kalas and Death, who live very close together. But yeah, meeting the guys and having fun with them was just amazing.
And how do you think, on a serious note, how do you think that's going to affect the team moving forward?
I think we knew each other a lot better now. I think we had no arguments when we were here, even despite the fact we were getting stomped, you know? So I think it'll translate into our play and hopefully help us improve as a team.
So you've got the gauntlet coming up. Obviously, you're there, and it's not next week. Next week we get to see the North Americans in Group D, like Tolly was saying. But the week after that is when the gauntlet starts. You saw the guys from Burrito. You got to see some of their games and how they're faring. How do you expect to fare in our gauntlet?
We expect to win the gauntlet, but we expect it to go 12-0. So maybe don't take that at face value. But yeah, we definitely have a lot of things to work on. But if we put the time in, if we put the effort in, I think we can beat any of those teams in that gauntlet. I think the strongest team, other than us in there, is Cringe Crew. We've already shown we can beat them. Maybe we were a bit ill-prepared for this LAN, but when we come into the next events, we'll be more prepared, and I think we can take them down.
Really excited to see you guys perform well in the future. Now, is there anything else you'd like to say before we let you go?
Big shout out to the Pappies, my Spanish brethren. I think they're definitely going to make SPL soon. Big fan of those guys. Shout out to the guys in the Room 3 Discord. Thanks for all the support. And shout outs to all my female fans. Oh, and shout out to Cyclone. Actually, big shout out to Cyclone. Those guys have been great. We had Frost with us today, this week, and he's just been incredible. And big shout out to those guys. They're just a great sponsor for us.
Awesome. Glad to hear it. That's going to do it for us here. It's been Group C. Coming out of it for the Super Regionals, you've got NRG and you've got YOUNGBAE Alliance. This man right here and his team will be headed down to the gauntlet and try to fight their way out there where they too might wind up at Super Regionals. We've got one more group left that'll happen next week, starting, of course, on Friday here on hi-rez TV. That'll be the North American team. So thank you to Steel Series, Face It, and all of our sponsors for making this possible. And, of course, thank you guys for watching and memeing in chat. It's always been a pleasure. We'll see you next week. And for everybody here at hi-rez, thanks, and we'll catch you later.